In the quiet hours of a summer morning, when dew still clings to the leaves and the world feels fresh and alive, there's a ritual that unfolds in kitchens and gardens across the globe. A handful of berries, plump, vibrant, and bursting with color, tumbles into bowls, smoothies, or onto cereal, their sweetness a promise of nourishment. For centuries, these small, unassuming fruits have been celebrated not just for their taste but for something far more profound, their ability to heal. Hidden within their jewel-toned skins lies a secret, a class of pigments known as anthocyanins, which have quietly emerged as one of nature's most potent guardians of the human heart. This is the story of how these tiny compounds, forged by evolution and perfected by time, wage a daily battle to protect our cardiovascular system, a battle as old as life itself, yet as urgent as the beat of our own hearts. Imagine, for a moment, the journey of a single blueberry. It begins as a delicate flower on a bush, kissed by sunlight and rain. As it ripens, the fruit transforms from pale green to deep indigo, a change orchestrated by anthocyanins. These pigments act as a shield, protecting the berry from the sun's harsh ultraviolet rays and repelling pests with their bitter taste. But when humans pluck that berry and savor its flesh, the story takes a remarkable turn. The anthocyanins, once defenders of the plant, become something else entirely, allies in our own survival. Scientists have discovered that these very molecules, which evolved to sustain the berry, now work within us to reduce inflammation, neutralize harmful free radicals, and even repair the delicate lining of our blood vessels. It's a partnership forged across kingdoms of life, a silent dialogue between plant and human that speaks to the interconnectedness of all living things. The heart, that tireless engine in our chest, is both resilient and fragile. Every day, it pumps thousands of liters of blood through a labyrinth of arteries and veins, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell. But modern life, with its stressors, processed foods, and sedentary habits, has turned this vital system into a battlefield. Plaque builds up in arterial walls, blood pressure climbs, and inflammation smolders like a hidden fire. Enter anthocyanins. Studies reveal that these compounds act like microscopic custodians, sweeping through blood vessels to improve their elasticity, lower LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, and prevent the oxidation that turns fatty deposits into dangerous plaques. In one striking experiment, participants who consumed blueberries daily for 8 weeks saw their blood pressure drop significantly, as if the berries had whispered to their arteries to relax and let life flow freely again. But the magic of anthocyanins goes deeper still. Picture a bustling cityscape within your body, where cells communicate in a language of signals and responses. When oxidative stress, a rogue byproduct of metabolism and environmental toxins, threatens to disrupt this harmony, anthocyanins step in like skilled diplomats. They donate electrons to neutralize free radicals, those unstable molecules that ravage cellular structures and fuel inflammation. This isn't just theoretical. Imaging studies show that diets rich in anthocyanin-packed berries correlate with reduced arterial stiffness and improved endothelial function, the very metrics that predict heart attacks and strokes. In essence, these pigments help our blood vessels stay supple and responsive, like well-maintained highways rather than crumbling backroads. Then there's the tale of nitric oxide, a molecule so crucial to cardiovascular health that its discovery earned 3 scientists a Nobel Prize. Anthocyanins boost the production of this compound, which acts as a vasodilator, gently widening blood vessels to ease the heart's workload. It's as if every berry carries a tiny vial of medicine, one that helps our circulatory system breathe. And while pharmaceuticals can mimic this effect, nature's approach is subtler, woven into the fabric of food rather than isolated in a pill. This synergy, where nutrients work in concert rather than isolation, is why a strawberry or blackcurrant might offer benefits no supplement can fully replicate. The evidence isn't confined to laboratories. Across the globe, populations that traditionally consume berries as dietary staples, from the Nordic forests where bilberries grow wild to the sun-drenched valleys of the Mediterranean, show lower rates of heart disease. In Finland, a public health initiative encouraging berry consumption coincided with a measurable decline in cardiovascular mortality. In the Appalachian region of the United States, where wild blueberries thrive, elders often speak of the old ways, where berries were both food and folk remedy, long before science confirmed their worth. These anecdotes, now validated by epidemiology, remind us that wisdom often resides in tradition, waiting for modern tools to reveal its truths. Yet, the story of berries and the heart isn't one of mere prevention. For those already navigating cardiovascular disease, anthocyanins offer a beacon of hope. Clinical trials involving patients with metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions that amplify heart disease risk, have shown that daily berry intake improves insulin sensitivity, reduces triglycerides, and tames the inflammation that fuels atherosclerosis. In one poignant case, a man in his 50s, grappling with hypertension and early-stage heart failure, incorporated a mix of raspberries, blackberries, and cherries into his diet. Within months, his echocardiograms revealed improved cardiac output, and his cardiologist marveled at the reversal of what had seemed an inevitable decline. While berries alone aren't a cure, they exemplify how food can be a powerful co-therapist, working alongside medical interventions to restore health. But how, exactly, do these molecules navigate the complexity of the human body? The answer lies in their chemistry. Anthocyanins belong to the flavonoid family, characterized by a unique structure that allows them to cross cell membranes and interact with enzymes, receptors, and even DNA. Once absorbed, a process aided by the fiber naturally present in whole berries, they modulate gene expression related to inflammation and lipid metabolism. They inhibit the production of molecules like C-reactive protein, a marker of systemic inflammation, while enhancing the liver's ability to process cholesterol. It's a dual action, both defensive and reparative, that underscores the sophistication of plant-based nutrition. Of course, not all berries are created equal. The intensity of their hue often signals anthocyanin concentration. Think of the inky purple of an elderberry versus the pale blush of a golden raspberry. Wild varieties, shaped by harsh climates and poor soil, tend to pack more phytochemical punch than their cultivated cousins. But even everyday options like strawberries or cranberries contribute meaningfully. Frozen berries, often dismissed as inferior, retain most of their bioactive compounds, making them a practical choice year-round. The key, researchers say, is diversity and consistency, a rotating cast of berries on the plate, eaten not as an occasional treat but as a daily habit. There's poetry in the fact that something as simple as a berry could hold such power. In a world obsessed with high-tech medical breakthroughs, here is a remedy that grows on bushes and vines, requiring no patent, no prescription. It whispers of a time when food and medicine were inseparable, when humans understood intuitively that the earth provides not just sustenance but healing. For the heart, an organ so symbolic, so central to our sense of self, this connection feels particularly poignant. Every berry eaten is a gesture of care, a vote of confidence in the body's ability to thrive when given the right tools. Yet, the story doesn't end at the individual. On a broader scale, the cultivation and preservation of berry-rich ecosystems could have profound public health implications. Agroforestry projects that integrate berries into sustainable farming not only combat soil erosion but also create accessible sources of heart-protective nutrition. In urban food deserts, where fresh produce is scarce, initiatives to plant community berry bushes offer a lifeline. Even climate change, which threatens global food security, underscores the resilience of many berry species, adaptable plants that can flourish in diverse conditions. In this way, the humble berry becomes a symbol of both personal and planetary health, a reminder that caring for our bodies and caring for the earth are inextricably linked. As the sun sets on that summer morning, the bowl of berries emptied, their legacy continues. In the quiet chambers of the heart, anthocyanins are at work, scavenging radicals, soothing inflammation, whispering to blood vessels to stay flexible and strong. It's a partnership millions of years in the making, a testament to the wisdom encoded in nature's palate. And while modern medicine advances with pills and procedures, the lesson of the berry endures. Sometimes, the most profound solutions are also the simplest, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be tasted.